Here's where we start to get into some more weapons of mass destruction. Whenever you get lead flow, and here's my benchmark that I hit. So Tom, if we unlock code violations, and let's say we get you 350 water disconnects, Tom, in a certain zip code, and you're like, here we go. Whenever you have more than 200 leads coming at once, you guys, Sarah, whenever you have more than 200 leads coming at once, it's going to take you a little bit to get through those if you're just doing it one by one off. Does that make sense? Should you hit them all? Should you be a monster? Should you be diligent? Any one of those is 50 grand to you, so of course you should. But here's the issue. It's going to take time. So what are we going to do? Now, here's where we start to deploy different resources. So one of the things you can do is do voicemail drops. Okay? So whenever you get 200 leads at once or more, instead of calling 200 people right out of the gate, Tom, shouldn't we just leave them all a voicemail at the same time? Because now two things are going to happen. So listening at home, pay attention. Two things are going to happen. One, Tom's going to get a certain level of, a few of them that say fuck off, don't they? Tom's smiling, he goes, as a matter of fact, Jason, they do. So Tom's going to get people to say screw off. So we're removing some of those from our list, okay? Now we're paring down that list. Secondly, though, if Tom leaves 200 voicemails a month, what else might you get, though? Yeah, I'm interested, make me an offer, right? And you've done that before, right? You've done voicemail drops. And did you close deals off of it? Yeah, he said he's doing all the marketing strategies, but he's sure he has. So you're going to get people say, sure, make me an offer. And then you start the conversation. You start going back and forth. And anytime that somebody says, yeah, go ahead, make me an offer or whatever, you set an appointment over the phone, go there live, could make 50 grand, right? So that's efficiency. So what's our benchmark? If you get 200 leads in at once or more, and again, wait till tomorrow when I get to the tax delinquent, there's thousands of them. So we're going to start deploying some of these techniques. The second one is text messages. Again, Alyssa and Pat and Jess, my wife, we're going to send you over what we use for text message blasts. So we're going to hit everybody like this, lightning fast, all of them, so that we don't have to spend a bunch of time doing it. Does everybody get that? We're just burning through the list. This is one of our first levels of attack when we're hitting people. Okay? I don't think there's anything extraordinary to teach you here. Again, you're going to hear us do it live. We're going to go into what we say, what we do, what we text later. The team's going to do that, so I'm not going to waste time on that. But then the next thing that we do is diabolical. Are you listening? This is something that I know that you're not doing. This is something that I know that your competition is not doing. And before I teach you cookie-free IP targeting, let's all have fun together. So Tim, what happens? What happens, all of us here? What happens if we go online and type in shoes? What starts happening on every other damn website we go to once we type in shoes? Yeah, you get cookied, right? I think everybody's familiar with that now. You get in the online world, you type in, they cookie you and follow you around on all these websites and keep putting shoes in front of you. You're used to that. You guys are all used to that, aren't you? Well, doesn't it say cookie free? So here's what you could start doing that actually wins the game. So hopefully you're paying. And by the way, this costs you as little as 3 cents. Didn't I say we're going to do some shit that's nasty without a budget? Tagging their doors, unbelievably cheap. Gets an 11 to 18% response rate versus a 1% direct mail response rate. Winning. Next thing that we do that's way outside the norm is we cookie-free IP target them. Here's what this means. Gary gets a list. And folks, if you're taking notes, say send my list to Alyssa, and Alyssa will tell you where to send them because we're going to scrub it for you. So Gary gets a list of 600 water disconnects. Somebody's got to pee outside. Gary needs to talk to them because that's a problem, right? Gary can make 50 grand or another rental that has 50, 60 grand in equity. So Gary's going to send us that list. We are going to scrub that list. Let's pretend that this list of 600 people, you can't find them. You can't cookie them online and say, hi, my name is Tom. You can't because they've never typed anything. Need to move, need to sell fast, I need to move. So you can't cookie them. They've never typed in shoes, so you can't put shoes in front of them because that's what you guys are used to. But here's how nasty we are. You send me that list, we're going to scrub that list, and probably 80% of that list, Gary, we're going to send a list back and say, hey, we know with a 98-degree certainty their IP address and their phones. Did you hear me? They've never, pretend they don't have any hands. They can't even type. They've never typed anything in their life. You can't find them online. You can't be in front of them on their devices that they carry around with them. You got your phone with you, don't you, Tom? You don't leave home without your phone. None of us leave. BJ doesn't leave home without his phone. Richard doesn't. Tim, you don't, do you? Don't you want to be on their device that never leaves their side? So here's what cookie-free IP targeting is. They've never typed in a keystroke. So conceivably, you can't do this. You can't follow them around anywhere. But when we scrub that list, 80% of them, for as little as 3 cents, now everywhere they go, Gary, guess what? If they go to ESPN, the little ad on the side, there's Gary. Hey, my name's Gary. Hey, I'm Gary. If you want to sell your house, any condition, give us a call. Then they go on CNN. There's Gary again. Hey, they've never typed in anything. Gary must be some massive company. Do you know how dirty that shit is? Do you know how nasty that is? Not fair. Does everybody get that?